All right, hello everyone. Welcome to Morning Wood. I'm Mitchell Cotten. Chad Barton, our typical co-host, is not joining us today because he is fucking dumb and decided to forget all of his recording stuff at school when he went home for the coronavirus and everything. So today we have a much better guest, obviously, Eric Dennis. Eric, welcome.
Hey, what's going on?
All right, so I figured we'd start off by talking about free agency. It's been pretty fucking wild, honestly, and thank God
hmm
because no fucking sports has been the worst.
For real, dude.
Like,
I've been locked up at home since last Monday, so this will be coming on week 3 once next week starts. So
damn.
it's been my only entertainment so far lately. So
Well, it's honestly done a pretty good job. Like, I mean, this is probably one of the more crazy free agencies that I can remember, at least. I mean, there's been a lot of
hmm
big moves and just a lot of dumb
yeah,
shit going on. Like, I don't understand why teams are giving away certain players for like boxes of chocolate. I don't. It just
yeah,
makes
I
no sense to me.
know, dude. Who was the one trade? Slay. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that was one thing. We need to get rid of Slay. First off, this is my opinion. He did not want to be in Detroit.
Yeah.
He did not want anything to do. Like, literally, right when they draft or they got Trufant, he like tweeted right out. He's like, "Hopefully, this speeds my process up faster." Like,
Yeah.
I mean, love the guy, great player, but Jesus
Well, I don't
Christ,
know.
I'm glad we didn't have to pay him that much. Is the thing, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Philly just picked up his contract that he had here because I think he had one more year on it. But yeah, I guess like I don't know. I mean, it's kind of coming out slowly that a lot of players just don't like Matt Patricia. Like that was
hmm
what Slay was saying. Like
Yeah.
he's like I guess like he called him out or something in front of the team, saying something about like I don't know honestly. Like it was a little like shady, like trying to get the news about it.
hmm
But something about like all I can remember is private parts was being like he was saying like oh you can't be touching people's private parts or something like something was really weird. But like I don't know.
That is really weird. I
Yeah.
don't know, but then all these transactions that we're getting with the Patriot players too, we're starting to look like a B team for them,
Yeah,
dude. It's
serious.
like
It
we
just
draft
makes no
what
sense.
6 of them now that we have that are from that used to play under Patricia as well.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't make
He's
any sense to me.
it doesn't make any sense. He's like trying to recreate the culture that the Patriots have and like you just can't. Like
hmm
it's Belichick. He's the greatest coach of all
I know.
time. You're Matt Patricia, a fat piece of shit who can't do anything. He's won 9 games in 2 seasons. Like the guy's fucking garbage.
Yeah,
Uh
I mean, I guess we'll see. I mean, apparently these players that have all came in though, I feel like they've all talked very highly of Patricia, saying how they like the schemes that he does and whatnot. But
yeah,
I mean,
it's
it'll all come down to the start of the season, if there is a start of the season, to see if it actually clicks together.
oh
So
my god. Well, they actually confirmed today Goodell confirmed today that the draft is going to happen. I think it's April 23rd to the 25th or 25th to the
nice,
27th. But he
that's
confirmed
good to know.
today that like yeah, like it's for sure happening. So thank God for that
hmm
because we don't have to lose that because everything else is just getting fucking pushed
Dude,
back
I
and whatnot.
know it's so crazy right now, but we got to do our part. Stay at home, folks.
Yeah. um. All right. So I guess that kind of leads me into like just talking about a few different teams that I guess we liked what they did this offseason.
hmm
I'll start it off. Kind of like my top three, I guess. I mean, obviously I'm biased for this one, but the Chargers, dude, Chargers have been
Yeah,
absolutely. I
I
fucking
knew
love
you were
what they're
gonna say
doing. Fucking
it. I know
love
you're
what
gonna
they're doing.
say it.
Yeah, I'm a huge Chargers fan. And they've just been addressing all their holes. So they get a guard and Trey Turner to the trade with Carolina. Go ahead and pick up Balaga, the right tackle from the Packers.
Mhm.
Fucking sign Chris Harris. They got maybe the best secondary in the league now. Them or Baltimore. And then they go ahead
Yeah.
and sign Linval Joseph, the giant ass nose tackle from
Mhm.
Minnesota. Like I just love what they're doing, dude. They're addressing holes left and right. I mean, really, if we get a half decent quarterback right now, I don't know how we're not going to I don't know.
What does their cap space look like? Because I mean, there's still a bunch of good players out there too, like that they could pick up. That is, I mean, like I got this list in front of me. Just first one off the top of the head is Eric Reed, the safety from Carolina, dude.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know who's Chargers safety.
Dude, they're pretty set at safety right now. They got Derwin
Are they?
James, who, and then they got I mean, I don't know
Oh,
if
John
they
James.
haven't re-signed Adrian Phillips yet, who's another stud free safety, but I think they're going to, and I really hope they do. But yeah, no, their secondary is just so good. But
Mhm.
um, trying to see what their remaining cap is right now.
Oh, okay.
I should
Yeah,
know
because
this.
I mean that's another huge thing too, especially for this offseason, is that like I feel like a lot of teams are actually either paying way more than what these players should be getting or paying way less than what they should be getting.
Yeah. All right. Looks like they got about 23 million left. So they can still make a few
23
moves.
mil.
They can still
Hell
make a
yeah,
few
they could.
moves. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
seriously, man.
I don't know. So I love the Chargers first off. Second one, this is just like the easy one, the Cardinals. I mean, they literally got DeAndre Hopkins for like I don't even know, like just
Yeah,
got him
what
for
the
nothing.
fuck, man?
Dude,
That was
fucking
insane.
yeah. The Texans guy, was it Bill O'Brien, I think is his name or something like that? Yeah, O'Brien.
Mhm.
He's like the coach and also the GM, like the only fucking person in the league to be the GM and coach of the same team. Like it's obviously not working. I don't know how you just.
Yeah.
He's arguably the best receiver in the league, and you give him away for
Yeah.
what do they get, like a second and a fourth round pick or something like that? Like it's just fucking
Mhm.
terrible. Like it's so bad.
I know, like what the hell is wrong with you guys?
It makes no
Especially
sense.
with the best wide receiver in the league, arguably.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
mean,
dude.
this just I don't get it.
The Cardinals are going to be dangerous this year, though. I mean, Kyler Murray,
Mhm.
sophomore. Hopefully he takes the leap his sophomore year. They got just weapons now. I mean, they got Kenyon Drake. They got their backup Chase
Mhm.
Edmonds was the couple games that he started last year when David Johnson was just being an old man. He was electric. He was so good. They got still Larry Fitz, who was just chugging along like the fucking champ.
No, seriously.
Yeah,
I saw the one stat the other day. He's got more drop or more tackles than he has drop passes. Like,
that's
how
fucking
does he
crazy.
do that? How do you do that? Like, literally.
Yeah, I don't know, but the Cardinals are a team to look out for. And even on defense, they signed. I mean, they got Chandler Jones. He's a great pass rusher. They signed, I think, is it Jordan Phillips, another great uh, edge
Mm,
rusher. They're making moves left and right, and they got the eighth pick still. Like this is what makes no sense. Like if you're the Texans and you're gonna trade D Hop, like at least get that number 8 pick. Like get the
mhm.
top 10 pick, but they didn't fucking get it. They got a second round pick, and it makes no sense. I don't know.
Yeah, they did not try and reach for him whatsoever, I guess. I mean,
Well,
I don't even know what was going through their heads why they wanted to get rid of him.
Well, apparently it
Like,
was some sort of beef, like with almost similar to like Slay and Patricia. But I guess he was
oh,
saying like,
really?
yeah, I guess he like called him into the room one time and was like comparing him. Who did he compare? Oh, he compared. He's like the last time I had to have a conversation like this with a player was when I was talking to Aaron Hernandez.
Oh my God,
Like,
dude. Are you serious?
yeah, dead ass. Like
He
he actually,
said that?
yeah, he
Oh
compared him to
my
Aaron
God.
Hernandez.
That's a fucking that's like a threat almost.
Yeah,
Like that's not even saying something bad about someone. That's just being like a big fuck you.
yeah, dead
Like
ass. Yeah, and then I guess he said some shit about like I guess like he's got to have somewhere on the facility where he's like has girls around or like maybe like
Mhm.
showing up with girls for games or something. He's like, I'm sick and tired of seeing your baby mamas around. And another thing, like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, this
This
is your
kid came from isn't his mom like blind too?
yeah. That's a really cool thing that he does. Is like every time he scores, he goes and gives the ball to his mom in the
Yeah,
end
that's what I
zone.
thought.
I just
Yeah,
love D
I
Hop,
think I
man.
watched that one documentary they had, and like not making fun of her or nothing, but like her eyes were just like white, like literally just all white. And then she's
Yeah,
like always in the first row of the stands, and like she has no clue, but she like knows whenever he scores a touchdown. It's insane.
yeah. Dude, this is a really dumb question. Do all people who are blind have just like white eyeballs, or like is there still like an
I
eyeball there?
well, I no, so there's still like the eyeballs, but the reason why they wear the glasses, most of them, is because like Pete, they probably were told that they were like, "Hey, you should probably wear these sunglasses. Your eyes
Yeah.
don't look too great." Like they're either like cross-eyed or they're just a weird color, and like I mean, they wouldn't know that people are staring at them, but I guess the people around them would feel a little weirded out. I
Yeah.
guess, but I don't know. It's funny though.
That's funny. Well, the third team that I really liked what they did is obviously another obvious one, but the Bucks just getting Tom Brady.
Dude,
Really,
the Bucks, man, they are killing it. They still got a bunch of money too. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, they
Because
got.
I heard someone tell me that they were even still thinking about picking up either another wide receiver or running back. With
Yeah,
like, I think one of the guys they were talking about was like Shannon Sharp from Tennessee, who's like a decent receiver, and like put him next to Mike Evans, like have two guys on there that are
Okay, well,
decent at
hold
least,
on, let
you
me
know.
correct you. Shannon Sharp is the ex. I
Or
think it was
who's the
Tajay
other
Sharp,
guy? Tajay Sharp. Why did I
but
say
no,
Shannon?
he actually, I think he signed with the Packers.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, Tajay Sharp.
The
Yeah,
one
it was
from
just the other day.
Tennessee.
Yeah, it was just the
Yeah.
other day.
Why did I say Shannon Sharp?
Well, I don't know. Apparently this morning, Bruce Arians completely like shut down the idea of them signing Antonio Brown.
Really?
Yeah, they were talking about like at one point they were like, "Oh yeah, dude, they got all this cap space. They're gonna get Gurley and Antonio Brown. And this offense is just gonna be the most electric thing since fucking 2000 Rams or something."
What what's the
And
thing with Tom Brady like an AB?
I don't know. I don't get it. Like,
I
there's a
don't get that.
he played what one game together, and yeah, he
Yeah,
threw him a
you got a
touchdown, but like
touchdown.
I don't.
It's
But
like we
like
can make 16 of those happen.
yeah, every game, come on, we'll set some records. I don't know, but so yeah, I really like the Bucks. Why? What are some teams that you got that you like?
Bucks, dude. Honestly,
Yeah.
Bucks is my number one thing. I like just the TB12, man. And which I also heard that he's trying to transition it to TBTB because Tom Brady Tampa Bay.
Oh,
So
TBTB.
basically TB2.
Dude, do you think he keeps
But
number 12 down there? Because Chris Godwin's
he's
number 12.
probably
Yeah.
Chris Godwin's gonna give it to him. He's like, I
Yeah.
mean, I got God in my last name, but you are the fucking goat.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Godwin did come out and say, too. He's like, yeah, like, I mean, of course, I'd love number 12, but if Brady decides he wants it, I mean, I kind of got to defer to that. Like, he's the greatest of all
you
time.
can't not fucking do that.
Yeah.
And then them also they signed Ndamukong Suh to an extension as well.
Yeah.
So I think that was an awesome move for them.
And they
I mean, I'm a
extended.
huge Sue fan. I mean, I got a Sue jersey, like from
Yeah.
Detroit, of course, but I loved him when he was on Detroit. I mean, yeah, he kind of went off when he played on the or it kind of went down, I would say,
Yeah.
is when he went to the Dolphins, like right after we traded him. But
Yeah.
seeing him with TB12, that's pretty sweet to me, honestly.
Yeah, the Bucks have been signing. I mean, not only Sue, but they extended Jason Pierre-Paul, JPP too. It was like
Hmm.
they were expecting him to get paid like 13,
Hmm.
15 million a year, and I think they signed him to like an 11, 12 million a year contract, like just something
Yeah.
really good. Like they saved a
I
lot of
mean,
money.
he's a big boy. He knows what he's doing. He's been in the league long enough to be a veteran, and he can teach the other guys around them as well. Like that's a guy that you kind of need, honestly.
Well, I don't think it's a coincidence that people are taking pay cuts to play in Tampa Bay now, as opposed to when they were
Yeah,
taking pay
seriously,
cuts to play in New England. It's
for
just
real.
follow Brady.
Yeah,
He'll take you to the promised
for
land.
real. Oh man, but what other teams have I liked though? I'm trying to scroll through some of these and pick some out, but
Dude,
my
honestly,
computer's
I
acting
really
a
like the
little slow.
Broncos too.
Broncos, yeah.
Yeah, they got Jarrell
Broncos have been doing
Casey
pretty
for
good.
pretty.
Hmm.
I think they got Jarrell Casey. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking, but they got Jarrell Casey, got AJ Bouye, signed Melvin Gordon. Like that offense.
Hmm.
I don't know. Drew Lock, like at the last few games of the year, I think they won like 4 out of the last 5 or 5 out of the last 6. Like they kind of caught fire
Hmm.
at the end. They finished 7-9. Like they're pretty damn good team. I mean, they definitely got better on defense, even though they lost Chris Harris to the Chargers. They still got Bouye, and pass rush is better with Casey now. And then they get MG3. And honestly, like I think I don't. I'm kind of like unsure of like what to think of Melvin Gordon signing there because like I feel like you don't go out and get Melvin Gordon if he's not, and they paid him like I think like 13, 15 million or something like that. I feel like you don't go out
Hmm.
and get Melvin Gordon if you're not gonna have him be like your kind of bell cow guy. But then they got
Yeah.
Lindsey, so it's like I
I
can't
mean,
imagine
dude, I mean, who's their quarterback right now?
Drew Lock.
Broncos?
He's
Andrew
no
who?
Drew Lock. He was the rookie
Drew
last
Lock?
year out of Missouri.
Oh,
Yeah.
are they looking to draft again or?
No, honestly, I personally liked Drew Lock. He didn't start the
Hmm.
season because that was when I think they still have Joe. Oh no, Joe Flacco. They released him, but Joe Flacco started the
Oh
season last
yeah,
year.
yeah, he's a free agent right now too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they started the season last year with Flacco, but
Hmm.
he's fucking Flacco, and
I mean, they could pick up freaking Cam Newton or Jameis Winston too. I mean, that'd be uh, for either of those quarterbacks to be standing back there with either Lindsey and Melvin Gordon. Like,
and they got
I
Cortland
think that'd be a
Sutton too.
show too. Mhm.
I mean, it looks like a lot of people have him going wide receiver in the first round. They got their pick
Mhm.
of basically Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, Henry Ruggs. Like you can pick any one of them, like literally just out of a hat, and they're gonna be a stud on that team. Like they got weapons now. Honestly,
Yeah.
dude, the NFC West will probably be the best division, at least on paper right now, just because the Rams might honestly be the worst team in that division after the Cardinals getting D Hop and then
Mhm.
49ers in Seattle just being extremely well coached and always going to be good now. But dude,
Mhm.
the AFC West, you got the Chargers looking fucking great. The Chiefs are just the Chiefs. The
Chiefs.
Broncos have been making great moves in free agency, and the Raiders too. I mean, they got Corey Littleton.
Yeah.
They
They got rid of or who's the quarterback they just picked up? The Marcus Mariota.
yeah.
They just got Marcus Mariota. They're saying bye Derek Carr. I would assume at least. Like personally, I'd rather have Derek Carr on the bench and have Mariota in. That's just my personal opinion, though.
Mariota's just confused. I don't know if he's good or if he's just like so bad, and I don't know. Like I don't know if he's good or not. Like,
I think he needs to be put around decent players, and then he can play his way. Like when he had what was it last? Not last playoffs, but the one before. Derrick Henry was balling out, and then he had Delaney Walker too. Delaney Walker was injured a lot last year, wasn't he?
yeah.
Like he didn't really have, and he wasn't even playing too half the freaking season. Mariota, that is.
Well, yeah, they benched him because fucking
Mhm.
he wasn't
I
getting it
know.
done. I don't know if in
Mhm.
Oakland. I don't know. I'll be surprised. I think it's gonna be like a kind of a QB battle because like Oakland
Mhm.
fans are just weird. Like some of them, it's kind of like Detroit fans almost with like Stafford. Like obviously us both being Lions fans based out of Michigan. But
Yeah,
it's like some people love Stafford, and personally, I'm one of those people who like prefers Stafford. I think he's underrated, and then some people just fucking
I
hate him
love
and think we should
Stafford
get rid
too.
of him.
No,
I don't know.
people are
Honestly,
stupid.
at this point right now, like I wouldn't even be upset if the Lions traded Stafford. Like we got rid of Slay.
I would be pretty fucking pissed to be honest,
I just think
because
the Lions need to go
that
into full
man literally
rebuild.
broke his goddamn back for us last
Yeah,
year.
he,
He
he
broke his
literally broke his
goddamn
back.
back. He put us, what was it, 8 games that he was in? Not a single game were we 2 scores away from winning.
Yeah,
Like we are always there competing with him. And then we get rid of him. Yeah, we still compete a little bit, but our quarterback sucked. Like
yeah.
didn't matter. You already knew that we were struggling because we didn't have Stafford on the field. He
Well, the
literally
backup
makes our
gets hurt.
team. And then the backup gets hurt, and you gotta go to the backup.
We got David fucking Blau finishing the season. Like if your quarterback's last name's Blau, you know you're fucking done.
I really wanted his last name to be pronounced Blow,
I
but
know.
they corrected us in it being Blau. So
He throws a touchdown. Oh, it's a blowy.
this
But
wasn't his first game on Thanksgiving too.
yeah, and we
I'm
got.
pretty
I mean,
sure his first
honestly,
game was Thanksgiving, and
dude,
we
he
almost won it. We almost won it.
I think it was against it was the Bears, right? He came out and threw 2 touchdowns in the first
I
quarter, and it's
know.
like,
It was like,
fuck
yeah.
yeah, blow.
We don't even need Stafford anymore. And then nope.
And we scored like one more time for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Like it was like short lived. But
Hmm.
all right, no, just a couple teams that I think are just fucking dumb. Honestly, the Pats, I don't know what they're doing. Like they're going full rebuild. They gotta have a plan. Like there's no way Belichick doesn't have a plan. But like,
Yeah.
what the hell is going on, dude? They're just
Who's
shipping out
their
players left and
Who's their
right.
quarterback now?
Take your pick of Brian Hoyer and uh
Brian Hoyer's played on the Patriots before, though,
as
hasn't
a
he?
yeah, he knows the culture at least. I don't know. I mean, he'll probably end up getting a start, but and then Jared Stidham, he was a rookie last year out of Auburn, but honestly, I think they're probably going. Dude, I don't know, cause like,
Dude, what if they picked up Joe Flacco just because he's an old veteran and that's what
ooh,
Belichick likes? That would be an interesting move. I
yeah, it
mean,
would.
Flacco's got a ring.
Yeah, Flacco. Honestly, I wouldn't
Could turn
hate.
that into three.
I wouldn't hate seeing James Winston go there. Like, okay, I don't.
No,
Where?
I'd like to see Jameis Winston there. That'd be
Yeah,
sweet, I think. And
people.
he'd be able to mature a little bit. I don't think he's
Yeah,
had that chance to mature and like actually work on his game. And especially with him getting LASIK eye surgery too, maybe that'll help with his
yeah.
interceptions this
Who
year
knows?
too.
Maybe he's just been playing blind this whole time, and we just don't
I
know.
know, right?
um, Yeah, but no, I think like dude, whatever people say, James Winston's bad. Like he's not that bad. You can't throw for 5,000 yards and be bad. You know? Like you don't throw for 5,000 yards, 35 touchdowns, be a bad
Yeah.
quarterback. He just like that's like saying Philip Rivers is a bad quarterback. Philip Rivers had the second most interceptions thrown last year. I think he threw like
Hmm.
20 or I think he threw 20 interceptions. And like Philip Rivers is not a bad quarterback. You can have a
Hmm.
bad season throwing the ball, a lot of
And still, he threw
interceptions.
30 touchdowns too.
Yeah,
It's
like
like, dude, isn't that the first time that's ever happened?
yeah. But it's like if you're gonna go to one team and like improve your decision making, it's gonna be the Patriots. Like Bill Belichick is gonna sharpen what you're doing.
Hmm.
You're not gonna
Yeah,
go to the Patriots.
100%.
Yeah, Brian Hoyer
And whoever
is
their quarterback coach is has probably learned from Tom Brady too, so that would probably help out even more.
well that and just their OC Josh McDaniels, who's Hall of Famer in his own right. But
True. Very true. And it's not like you can't say you can't win with the Patriots as those coaches too. Like they've literally proved it
yeah,
that they're gonna compete no matter what. I mean, if they don't have Brady, but they got to replace him with someone, And I think Winston or Flacco, I think, could be a big surprise too.
that'd be interesting. Yeah, honestly, I don't think anyone's really talking about Flacco. I feel like people are just kind of like trying to ship
They
Flacco
just
out the
put him on
door.
the back burner. They're just like,
Yeah,
we don't need you anymore,
yeah.
man. It's like kind of like Hasselbeck's career. It's just like, you
He's
won a
just getting
Super Bowl,
phased
now get
out.
the fuck
Yeah,
out of
yeah. Uh,
here.
dude, like if the Pats, I don't know if they go quarterback this year. Like I wouldn't hate it if they're probably gonna go for either Jordan Love or Justin Herbert. Like I think whatever ones, if the Chargers don't go quarterback, which I honestly hope they don't, um, then the Patriots got their take of basically Justin Herbert or Jordan Love. But if they
Hmm.
if they just kind of throw the towel in on the season, do almost what Miami did last year, just like try to like this is what people are saying at least is like build a winning culture or at least like a play hard culture where it's like they were losing games
Hmm.
and yeah they got beat like 60-0 the first week by the Ravens or something, but throughout the as the season went on, I mean they won like 4 out of their last like 6 or something. Like they really put it
Yeah.
together at the end, finished 5-11 I think, and
Hmm.
now they're getting a chance to get potentially Tua if they decide to go for him. But
Hmm.
if the Patriots kind of like do the same thing where it's like they kind of accept that this season might be like a really bad season, and like even if they end up going like 6-10 or 7-9, they'll have so many picks stacked up from how many fucking players they're shipping out this year that it's like
Hmm.
if they can get like a decent season going last year and just accumulate a shitload of picks, then they can look at a team who's got like the Bengals who might be bad, like have like the first or second overall pick again, and then say, hey, take like 5 picks for the next year or this year and give us the number one, and we'll take Trevor Lawrence. Like, what if they
Yeah.
ended up with Trevor Lawrence,
Dude,
dude?
that would be fucking insane because I'm a huge Trevor Lawrence guy. I think he kills it at Clemson,
Oh
and it
yeah,
doesn't matter who's around him. Like, literally doesn't matter who's around him. He's gonna tear you apart.
yeah, that guy's so good.
But
He's like a
I
once in a
am
generational
very,
talent.
very ready to see Joe Burrow in the NFL too. I'm so ready for that.
Me
But we'll
too.
talk about that later. We'll talk about that a
Yeah.
little later. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, no,
Um,
so I think the Pats really been ass. The Texans, we talked about it. What the fuck are they doing? And we kind of talked about the Lions too. Like,
mhm.
the Lions it just seems like everything's just the wheels are just falling off the organization. I honestly just want to get
Hey,
Patricia out of here at this point.
well, you gotta give him 3 years. Hey, did I tell you about that one thing that was said on Pat McAfee's show?
No, I don't think so.
So it was kind of putting the Lions in comparison to the 49ers in their third year as their head coach.
Really?
So who's the San Fran head coach? I'm
Kyle
blanking for some
Shanahan.
reason. Shanahan.
Yeah.
He was completely bad his first 2 seasons there. Yes, he did have an injured Garoppolo his second season, but he basically panned out the same way how Patricia's doing it. He's like, you get your 2 years, rebuild, 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 and then no one's talking about you, and you explode out of nowhere. Like, who knows? Maybe us getting rid of Slay was a good thing and bringing in Trufant. Bringing in a different person just can change a whole freaking team.
Yeah.
So I think maybe we could be in that same boat. Third year coming in, getting a ring possibly. Let's go.
Dude.
You can
Dude,
always hope, baby. There's always a way to hope as a Lions
I
fan.
was just gonna say, dude, if I've learned one thing as a Lions fan, it's that the only thing we have is hope. But even now, it's like, what is? I don't know. It's tough year
It's
after
so
year.
funny. I get
Um,
it. I get it.
all right, so I guess we can kind of just like or so you were talking before about like just like a few big name free agents still. I mean,
Mhm.
one of the biggest ones is Clowney, obviously. And
Clowney, dude.
dude, I
I
I
like him.
I hope he
I
stays in
like.
Seattle. I hope Seattle
Hmm.
tries to get him back, but dude, there's a lot of teams left with some cap space that could go ahead and get him. Like, dude, what?
Hmm.
Imagine if the Dolphins went and got Clowney.
Yes.
That'd be insane.
Yeah,
They'd be
that really
really
would,
making.
dude.
But it's weird because like Dolphins are in like rebuild mode, but then they're like also making moves that are like, are they in win now mode? Like I don't really know. Like they're signing Van Noy, Byron Jones, like big name guys at big name positions, and I don't know. I mean, if you got a pass rusher like Clowney,
I,
might be the
it's
last.
just gonna help your defense out. Like they're gonna have to focus on him, and that's taking their focus off someone else. I mean,
Yeah,
you got to double team Clowney. It's not like you can't.
yeah. Here's what. So and kind of we already talked about Winston being another big name free agent guy, but the last one is Cam Newton. And
Dude.
dude, I really hope there reports are saying that Cam Newton has been like turned down by the Chargers. Dude, I hope the Chargers take him. It's just a match made in heaven. It's
See,
so good.
I am not a Cam Newton fan. I
Really.
just I'm not a big Cam Newton fan. Ever since he lost to the Broncos in the Super Bowl and he had that one or
Yeah.
two good years, I don't think he's done anything. Like he's literally got Christian McCaffrey in his backfield and he's insane. I don't care who you are, you can win games with Christian McCaffrey on your team no
Yeah.
matter what. And then you also have Greg Olson, who's a good veteran. Is he still playing or did he retire?
Yeah,
He
no, he's
retired,
still.
didn't he?
Wait, he did? He must have
Didn't
just
he?
retired.
I thought maybe no, maybe he got traded.
Did he?
I think he might have got traded because I think I saw Christian McCaffrey put on his Instagram saying like how he's played with one of the best people ever. But another thing that I think is going to be interesting is seeing how the Panthers season is going to pan out with them one losing the one of the best middle linebackers in the game
Yeah.
and losing their starting quarterback. Like that's two captains on your team. Like you got
Yeah.
to replace those guys. They're both leaders in the locker room and on the field. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see how they pan out, especially with them signing Teddy Bridgewater. I don't
Yeah.
know if that's exactly who they're trying to go for as their quarterback, but I think it's going to be an interesting season for them. And I don't know. I just was never a big fan of Cam Newton over there. I think he kind of like, yeah, when he first got there, it was pretty hyped and stuff, but then he fell off like right after that Super Bowl loss, and he's like hasn't even been the same.
Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, I think all the talent's there. I mean, yeah, he's had Christian McCaffrey, he's had Greg Olson. I mean, he had Steve Smith early in his career, but
Yeah, he did have Steve Smith.
I don't know. I mean, okay, so like, yeah, like they never won anything, they never did anything big, but he's also always kept them like relevant. Like the Panthers have never been a team that's gone like three
Yeah,
and
that's true.
thirteen. It's like seven
Yeah.
and nine, like 6 and 10 at worst.
Yeah.
So it's like,
And him being a big dude definitely helps him out too.
yeah,
He's
like,
freaking huge. Like literally, I saw this post the other day. How he was saying how like the Panthers just gave up on him, and he's got his shirt off and he's working out. Dude, he's fucking
yeah,
huge.
yeah,
I've never realized how big that motherfucker was
yeah,
until then, dude. I was like,
yeah,
holy shit, man, he's big boy.
yeah. I don't. If what I want the Chargers to do, obviously being a Chargers fan and just Cam Newton tying in, I want them to sign Cam Newton. I think this is the perfect deal. They sign Cam Newton. They use the sixth overall pick. They could go two ways with it. They can go offensive line, get what I think is the best offensive line in the draft, Tristan Wirfs, the guy to Iowa, or
Mhm.
if he falls to him, get Isaiah Simmons, the linebacker out of Clemson. But I don't think he'll fall. I'm hoping the
Mhm.
Lions take him at 3 because I just
Dude,
I don't want
well,
Jeff Okuda.
if the okay, this is the thing. I saw a mock draft like yesterday, and they put Tua to get drafted by the Redskins because with them doing the Kyle Allen trade or whatever,
Yeah, yeah,
and then they're gonna basically use Dwayne Haskins as trade bait, basically for right when they sign Tua. They could trade him for a couple more draft picks and stuff like that, and then Lions might get Young.
I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it. Honestly, I don't know. Chase Young is damn good, but like, I just I'm not as high on Chase Young, I guess, as everyone else. I don't know. I just I don't really
I
have
saw
anything
the
else.
man perform last year, and that dude was almost a Heisman winner. How many defensive players do you see almost become a Heisman winner?
Dude, the last one I can remember is fucking Sue when he was at Nebraska.
And look how he turned out. He was insane for the Lions. His literally right when he got on the Lions, that's when we like literally were peaking at our best and that we have been in fucking years. And
Yeah.
we finally made the playoffs again. Sadly, we lost,
And we got
but
dicked on
I
by the
mean,
Saints.
dude, you having a big boy on the line that you know is a threat is just a complete game changer, and especially a guy straight out of college like Young, dude.
Yeah.
I just think he's no matter where he goes, he's gonna shut down offensive lines and sack. He's gonna be top 5 in sacks this year. That's my guess.
He's a damn good player.
Especially without these pros like playing with him too, like in the last year or two, like he's gonna bring a whole different level to the game. Like he's fast, he's huge, he's strong. Like he's gonna bring it all.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if he fell to us. I mean, I can't see the Lions not taking him, but honestly, I don't know. I don't think that's as likely. I think 1 and 2 are just almost locked up. Like Burrow, Chase Young, 1, 2.
Burrow's definitely getting taken. If
Yeah.
he's not getting taken, then I would want the Lions to pick him up. I don't give a fuck. Trade Stafford. We'll get a couple more first round picks if we can get Burrow, dude.
Yeah.
I'd say yes, let's do it. But
I think the draft almost starts with Detroit because I don't know. This is just my take, but I think Chase Young and Joe Burrow go 1, 2, and I think after that it's basically the Lions. Like,
mhm,
does Miami or even the Chargers try to move up to get Tua, or
mhm,
do the Lions just? If the Lions take Jeff Okuda, it just makes no sense. Like, why trade away Slay, who's top 10 cornerback in the
mhm.
league, maybe better depending on what you think, just to go and get an unproven corner Jeff Okuda, and it's like just
Mhm,
taking corners that high. Like cornerbacks are like probably the one position that take the longest to develop in the NFL. It's just,
mhm.
I mean, it's like widely regarded,
They're
I think, as like one of the
way
hardest
better
positions.
route runners, way faster. It's
Yeah.
just insane.
And I would love Isaiah Simmons at 3. That guy out of Clemson, the linebacker, holy shit. That
And
guy's,
with us getting rid of Kennard too,
yeah. We need
that'd be big.
the guy can rush the passer. He can play linebacker. He can play safety even if we need him.
This is if we draft offense at the third pick, I will freak the fuck out, dude. Like because that our
Yeah.
biggest need right now is our defense. We lost our
Yeah.
best defender, Slay,
Yeah.
arguably, I guess you'd say, and then Kennard too, our middle linebacker. Like you can't not take that third pick as a defensive player unless you're getting a good trade out of it. Like if someone wants to move up for that quarterback
I
spot,
hope
you
we
know.
trade down and get another pick. I think that'd be the best case scenario, but I don't think I don't think the Chargers are going to trade up for Tua, and if the Chargers aren't trading up for Tua, then the Miami Dolphins don't really have a point to trade up for Tua
Mhm,
because I mean, who's at Detroit? We're not going to take Tua. For the Giants, they're not going to take Tua. They don't need a
mhm.
quarterback. They drafted Daniel Jones last year, like
Yeah.
so. I don't know. I hope someone tries to trade up for Tua or just anyone, and we can trade back, get another pick. I think that'll be the best case scenario. But
Yeah, I mean, but like I said, I think they're gonna base it off that last second decision, see what Redskins go, because I feel like they're the ones who are. You said Lions, I kind of think Redskins because if they aren't drafting Chase Young, like that changes the whole thing. I think completely
I see. Okay.
because I mean, if they're not going quarterback, why the hell would we go quarterback when you got Chase Young there? And then after that, like the whole draft can just change.
Yeah.
So
I
I
hope
don't
the
know.
Chargers. I hope
That's
the
just what I
Chargers.
think. Though.
Yeah. Okay. Chargers off season. Obviously, this is just my take. Cam Newton, sign him. Either get Isaiah Simmons if he falls to us at 6, or offensive tackle at 6. We get back in the draft, and then around like the 28 to 30 mark, depending on who we want to go for. I've seen it even being 31. Trade it back up into the first round, give up our second round and third round this year, and then give up next year's second round, move up into the first round again, and take either Jordan Love or Justin Herbert, whoever the Patriots don't take,
Mhm.
and keep him. So that way we got Cam Newton, quarterback who can play. Our defense is just set right now. Like we don't really need anything on defense. The only thing we need is
Yeah,
a
they had a good
quarterback and
defense.
we just need a quarterback and a left tackle right now. If we can get
Mhm,
Cam Newton, have him play this year, get Tristan Wirfs, or honestly any one of these tackles. There's like 5 of them that are just like fantastic, and then sure up the left side of the offensive line, and then we can trade back up for Herbert for the long term or Love. I personally prefer Love more than Herbert. I think he's more polished. Um,
mhm.
and Herbert, I don't know. I think that he's got like a Mitch Trubisky vibe for me, where it's like he's big,
Dude.
tall, rocket arm, but
To our Chicago fans, fuck Trubisky.
Trubisky is bad, dude. I hope Nick
They
Foles
just got Nick
starts.
Foles, dude.
I hope he starts.
NFC North could be pretty dangerous too, but I mean, I don't see the Vikings doing as well as they've been doing the
Dude,
last
the,
couple
the
years.
NFC North could either pan out to be the best division in the NFL
Or the worst.
or literally the worst. Yeah, like no in
Literally.
between.
Dude, the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions have kind of been in the same boots since Urlacher left them.
Yeah,
Just like we don't know what the fuck we're doing.
I don't
We're
know.
just trying to get a team that can play and get more than 5 wins a fucking year.
Well, the Bears had that one season, not this past year, but the year before, where the defense was just like nothing like we'd ever seen before. And the only reason why they
Mhm.
lost in the playoffs to I forget who they lost to, but it was because their kicker had like the double dink
Yeah,
in the
dude.
playoffs.
Oh my god, what's his name? Oh, I know it.
Cody Parkey, I think. Was that
Parkey.
yeah,
Yes, Parkey.
Parkey.
You choke harder than Cody Parkey.
Yeah, yeah. The Bears were a good kicker away from possibly a Super Bowl run.
I know, right?
But yeah, no,
So
every year.
do you think with them making that transaction, you think they're trying to get rid of Trubisky then, or do you think that they're gonna try to like build him a little bit? I don't know exactly what his contract is, but
I don't or Foles or I don't. I hope
for
Foles
well
starts.
Trubisky, do you think they're gonna get rid of Trubisky because they got Foles? And with Trubisky, do you think they're gonna try to build him a little bit, or if they're just gonna be like, all right, get out of here?
Dude, as far as Trubisky, like I don't know why. Like they should just try and trade him or just cut him or do something with him because he's not the answer. We now know he is not the answer. Like
Yeah.
he's not what they thought they were going to be. So, but for whatever reason, like even this year when like the media was like shitting on Trubisky for like being just ass, like the head coach or Matt Nagy and like just other execs of the Bears are like trying to like get him off the media and stuff, like trying to protect him. And I don't know why, because like he's not good. Like there's no reason
Hmm.
to shelter him anymore. You got Nick Foles. That guy can win you games. He is a veteran. He's mature. He's good. He's smart. Just let him take the reins. And then I don't know if you want Trubisky, just let him try to develop under Foles. I don't know. I mean,
Hmm.
I guess I am just if I were a Bears fan, if I was in the Bears front office, I would just be doing everything I can to get Mitch Trubisky out because he's a waste of a fucking roster spot.
Sorry, Corey and Riza.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. It's been an interesting couple 2 weeks. I think it's been now. So,
Dude, thank God, because again, fucking coronavirus is just taking
dude, I
all the joy out of
really
life.
thought. I know you were gonna say something about this, but I really thought they were gonna keep PGA playing going,
I
dude.
know,
It
dude.
makes no fucking
It
sense, man. It
pissed me
literally
off.
makes no sense. You are on a 150 plus acre, basically field,
Yeah.
and you're playing with one other guy and your caddies. Like there's four people on within like 300 yards of this whole place. The closest places you're at is the tee box and the green, and you can easily stay 6 feet away from each
Yeah.
other. Like, just don't bring in the fucking people.
And
Like,
people, yeah,
why would you bring
exactly.
the fans?
People are saying that like, oh, you can't do NBA without fans because it literally can change the entire atmosphere of a
No,
game.
everyone's gonna fucking watch it. That's how you're making all your money, honestly, is off all the advertisement that
Yeah.
you're gonna get on it. I mean, yeah, with all your sales and liquor sales and stuff that they have going on at the arena, yeah, that's a big factor. But the most money they can make right now is from doing that.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why they're doing it.
Well, the PGA is a sport where it's like you don't even need the fans. Like the fans add really nothing.
Literally. Literally, they don't add anything. They just
Yeah.
add more pressure.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
If
And
anything, we're
like we
gonna
would
see
see
better
these guys
golf.
exactly.
Yeah.
We'd see them perform way better. And like even if they were the like even if they were to do like a simple thing like they did last year with the Tiger versus Phil, like
Yeah.
two on like one on one, mano a mano, put a bet on there. People, you're telling me people would not watch that, and that you could not do it
Yeah.
because you have two professionals there. You don't have anyone in the fans. Like you could make so much money off it, and it's just I don't understand what's going on with the sporting world right now. And
I don't know. It's a
Chad talking
bummer.
about tennis and shit. It's always like,
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, I know. Chad's recommending, oh,
Sorry,
let's get
Chad.
tennis on the board. Nah, dude, fucking, we'll talk about fucking dog fighting before we get to tennis.
Yeah. The only thing that I could understand on the PGA not continuing other things is because of the international players. Like they would have to get over to wherever their tournament is. Like you would literally have to keep it within your country, which I mean, I think we could
Yeah.
definitely do in the US.
Oh yeah.
But to all the other PGA professionals, like it's just like it really isn't fair to them that they can't compete as much. And I mean, it's just different right now.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't really think about that, but I feel like that's something, like you said, like you can get around that, Like,
Yeah, I
sure, we
feel
don't
like you
have
could
full
easily get.
fields.
Yeah, I
And
mean, just put an American field, like, and fucking do it in America
yeah,
and drive them there. You don't have to fly them. Like,
dude, the thing is too is like the NBA was talking about doing like a charity game where it's like they have one game, no fans, no nothing, in like a controlled environment, everyone's tested and cleared, and like all the proceeds from like ads and just anything that happens, it goes to a charity.
mhm.
Whichever sport, whichever like league, the MLB, NFL, NBA, whichever league decides to do something like that, or basically just decides, fuck it, we're gonna play and just figure everything out, is gonna
Mhm.
have ratings like no one's ever seen before, because
Literally.
everyone is gonna swarm
Okay.
to it.
Yeah, the only thing that they would have to work behind that, at least personally, is whether they stream it or whether they put it on cable. Because personally, I mean, I don't pay for cable. Like, if
Yeah,
I'm gonna go watch a game, I'm gonna go watch it at the bar or something like that. Like, I don't need
right.
to pay for cable. I just pay for internet. So, I mean, that's where I think they would have to figure
Yeah.
it out at that standpoint. But I mean, they all the old people that are staying at home, what the hell are they watching? Hallmark movies and fucking sports?
Yeah,
And
literally.
they got one of those things taken away from them.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Coronavirus is just terrible,
pain in the
and
fucking ass,
yeah, it
man.
really is. All right, well, I think that's about it. So Eric, thanks a lot for coming on Morning Wood
Hey, yeah.
Sports Podcast. It was great having you
Thanks
here,
for
man.
inviting me, man. Yeah, thanks for inviting me. And keep this up, man. I'll be glad to come back on again if you ask.
All right, fuck yeah, dude. We'll have you later on, and hopefully Chad is can join us too, and not
He
forget
might
our
have the
shit.
corona. Maybe that's why he's not here.
Yeah, he's MIA. I don't know. Fucking
Oof.
haven't heard from him in a couple
Man,
days. He
love
could.
you, buddy.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hopefully you're doing okay.
All right, well, thanks again, Eric. It was great having you
Yeah,
on here, and
not a problem.
all right, I'll talk to you soon.
Yep. Talk to you later, man.